Welcome back to On Patrol. Today in the second episode of our show, we prepared many exciting topics for you.
We will reveal the winner of the last episode's Sweepstake, have a small recap of everything that came to the game with the last update 5.0, and show you what you can expect in the next update called the Traffic Management Update.
If you watched the last episode, you might also have participated in our competition with Donny. The winner from the last competition is Caligulio. You won this awesome On Patrol t-shirt. Congratulations! For this episode, we prepared another competition with the same rules. Keep your eyes open for Donny throughout the episode and enter the secret word in the form linked in the description box below. Good luck! Now we will have a look at everything we did in the last update of PSPO.
On April 12th, we released the holding cells update and your feedback was really great so far. With this update, we introduced the new holding cells in your station, which were unfortunately closed due to renovation until now. You can now bring arrested subjects in your own police car back to the station and don't have to wait for your colleagues to do so. We also introduced basic modding as a new feature, and later on we will show you some of the best mods already available in the Steam workshop. The Holding Cells update is a great addition to PSPO and you can download it right now.
That was a great update. Now we will have a closer look on the upcoming traffic management update and what inspired us to make some great changes and additions to the game.
Basically, it was you that inspired us to rework some of the existing traffic management features and add new tools and processes into the game. We received a lot of feedback and suggestions on the various traffic-related topics, and we've bundled some of them into the next update called the Traffic Management Update. It will give you more tools, more variety, and most importantly more control over both people on foot and in cars.
One of the most requested features was a new tool to better secure accidents. With the next update, we will introduce cones as a new tool. Let's talk about this new feature and how exactly it got implemented.
Hello, I'm Yannick and I'm a programmer for the traffic system at PSPO and Asia Interactive.
Placing barriers and cones was a bit of a challenge. First, I had to script a system which allows the player to place cones and barriers on the streets. Then I needed to make sure that the drivers react in the right way to the road blockers. Then I added the ability to the officer, and last but not least I needed to add the cones and barriers.
The placing cones and barriers animations had their own special challenge. We needed lots of communication to really nail the feature. For the cone animations, I made one for the police officer to aim the cone. In addition to it, I animated two placing cone animations, one where the police officer bends over and places one cone on the ground, ending with no cones in their hands, and one where they get a cone from a stack of cones they are carrying, places it, and continues holding cones. Finally, I also created two animations to pick them up, one where the police officer is carrying nothing and picks the cone up, and the other one being when the police officer already has cones in their hands. For the barriers, I made an animation where the police officer holds the folded barrier to aim it, and I also animated them unfolding it to place it, and vice versa to pick it up. For picking it up though, I added a second animation where the police officer can pick up the barrier from the other side.
Hi, I'm Adil Dada, a game designer on Police Simulator, patrol officer at Asia Interactive. My job is mostly discussing ideas, creating feature design for the game, making a bunch of documents, and pitching them to the rest of the team. After that, we follow up the implementation with tests and balancing. And today, I'm going to introduce you to our new traffic management feature. As you know by now, the traffic system is an important part of the game, and introducing something that will give players the ability to control it is a big challenge for the team. To do this, players will have a variety of new tools at their disposal to manage traffic, secure accident sites, and ensure better traffic flow. Among the traffic management means, we have now traffic cones and road barriers. They are very useful for managing the traffic flow, forcing AI vehicle to change lanes or to make U-turns, blocking traffic flow from the access to streets or single lane, and manage traffic around the accident site to avoid traffic jam and ensure the arrival of ambulances and tow trucks. The traffic management new tools, cones and barriers, has different usage. Cone makes vehicle switching lanes, and barriers force them to make U-turns. And they both prevent vehicles from parking in the parking slots where they are placed. It sounds so simple, but it gives the players multiple choice, and they have to think and make good decisions to better manage the traffic. And mixed with other means of traffic management, players will spend their shift controlling the traffic system and enjoying it. And finally, don't forget to remove the cones and barriers from the street when you are done, especially if you are playing on simulation mode.
So we hope you enjoyed the insight and the little tutorial on how to place cones and barriers, and we'll see you in the next segment.
As you already know, we rely on a few real-life experts to get every new feature as realistic as possible. For the traffic management update, we asked Shaun McCready for his expertise. Could you introduce yourself in a few words, please?
Hi, my name is Shaun McCready. I've been a police officer for 17 years in Pennsylvania. I've done everything from general patrol to high-risk entry, field training, drug task force officer, and I am currently a corporal and supervisor in my department that I'm at now.
How did you hear about Police Simulator Patrol Officers?
I heard about it through Steam. It showed up on a recommended games list of mine. Whenever I logged in one day, it came up as a recommendation as something I may enjoy playing, and I'm a sucker for any police simulator, and I purchased it in early access.
What do you like the most about Police Simulator Patrol Officers?
Probably the thing that I like most is the attempt at the authenticity of the game. The expert channel on Discord that I'm a part of, seeking input from police officers, trying to make the game as authentic as possible. I really appreciate that aspect of it because there are a lot of police games out there, and there are also a lot of them that aren't very true to the way things actually are.
Do you think customization would be a nice thing to have in the game?
I do think any customization is always good for any game. I think it engages the player more for them to be able to customize their character. Any types of tweaks that they can do, that can be from customizing a patrol car to customization of their player character themselves, maybe wearing gear in a different configuration, or whether they want to wear a hat or something. Obviously facial features is nice. I'm sure that's probably complicated, but I do think customization's a really good thing as far as engaging a player base goes. It's not really part of customization, but I think allowing modding is also a nice thing because the community can then kind of take things over and tailor things to the way they'd like it.
In Police Simulator Patrol Officers, what do you think traffic management should involve?
Traffic management's probably one of my most hated duties. Obviously, some sort of hand control system to stop the flow of traffic would be important. Road flares is something that we use. If it's some sort of long, drawn-out traffic control thing, we would use barricades. That would be something you'd have to get from someplace else. Or, in my department, we actually have a supervisor vehicle that is loaded with special equipment, and some of that is collapsible barricades and whatnot. Some other departments I know have like a DUI checkpoint trailer, and they have specialized stuff in there if they need it, like battery operated flares, things like that, that would last longer.
What are the best features in the game?
I'm probably going to sound a little repetitive here, but I think the best feature in the game are everything that tries to promote the realism of being a patrol officer. I know one of the big complaints people have right now is that there's no use for the gun in game, but realistically, you're not going to use your gun very often at work anyway, and you may have it out frequently, but as far as actually using it, those circumstances are few and far between, and I'm sure that there's going to be circumstances coming where the gun's being used, just people are being impatient. So just the realism that you're trying to capture, I think, is the best aspect of the game, and I appreciate that as an officer, and I appreciate the lengths that you're going to as far as having the expert channel and doing these interviews with real life officers to try to get our input.
What are the most funny and or best memories you have about playing the game?
Some of them are the unexpected glitches. They're funny. You walk around, somebody standing on an awning to a building. The first time I saw that, I actually thought maybe it was like a suicidal person that I had come across, but then I saw it was a glitch. Some of the weird ragdoll things that happen just out of the blue. Obviously, those are things you're trying to get out of the game, but they also are kind of the funniest things. So.
Any last words for the players community of Police Simulator Patrol Officers?
Just stick with the game and the development. The roadmap's out there. The developers are doing great as far as I'm concerned, trying to make the most authentic police game that there is, and they're going to continue to try to improve it, which is fantastic. So, I would just say, keep with the game, keep the feedback up. They obviously listen to the feedback. I know they've listened to the suggestions that we've given them on the expert channel, so they're doing their best to make a true-to-life police experience for you, and it's just going to get better as time goes on. So what they've done so far is a great start. They're going to continue from all accounts that I can tell. So that's it. Stick with it. Thanks. And I appreciate you guys trying to recreate the police officer experience as authentically as you can. Thanks.
Thank you, Shaun, for all your feedback and the knowledge you provided. It really helped us to implement the new features in the most realistic state possible. With the last update called the Holding Cells update, we introduced the ability to mod cars and uniforms, and you really pulled that off. We really appreciate all the creativity and effort you put into this, so we want to show you some of our favorites.
Before we do so, we would like to show you how you can find mods and how to add them to your game to enhance your experience. First, you of course need to open Steam and head over to your library. When clicking on the game, you can find this handy little button that leads you to the Steam workshop. Here you can find all available mods, and it's very easy to add them to the game. I'm going to click on this amazing Gotham City Police pack and just scroll down and click subscribe. Voila, the download should now start and the mod will be added to your game. If you are interested in creating your very own mod, we've created a little tutorial which you can find in the description of this video.
We really appreciate the work you put into these very cool mods of various police cars and uniforms. Please continue to provide them.
Check out the Steam workshop right now and download some of the cool modifications. And we are happy to announce that we will also introduce ELS modding with the next update to change the look and audio of the police car sirens. So stay tuned and keep asking questions. We will answer some of them right here, right now.
So last time we had the question if we like pineapple on pizza, and I just didn't ask the question because there were other interesting questions. So this time we will answer it. How do we like pineapple on pizza?
Absolutely not.
I think it depends. Once you've eaten the first piece, you recognize that it is not good. So no. I think there's better usages for pineapple than on pizza.
Well, I know that our technical art director and sounds person in the studio is always just grabbing the one pizza with pineapple and then just walks away with the whole pizza. So we have at least one person who likes pineapple on pizza in the office.
I think pineapple should be in pina colada.
That's a good point. Do we have any plans for multiplayer beyond 2 people?
I hear the idea often. I heard it often in the past. The answer was always a definite no.
Technical limitations?
Yeah, I think so.
I think it just requires much more work to be done than 2 people multiplayer. Yeah. It might be due to performance reasons as well.
To summarize it, we don't have any plans to have multiplayer beyond 2 people, and the best reason for it is technical limitation. Different question is, does your company plan on expanding as far as you know? I think yes.
Yeah.
I think so too. We have a lot of we are searching on the website, I believe.
We always look for new team members, so if you have any intentions to send us your resume and are searching for a new job, please go ahead and apply. We will find something for you. Last question is, have there been any feature that you had done 90% of the work, but then you abandoned it or removed it for a reason?
Yeah, not that I know of. It's actually kind of a really, really bad situation if you have 90% of work done and then it just gets thrown out. That should never happen.
I think our management is very good, like planning and all of that, and the pipeline of any task, of any feature is built that way that the situation which you described is almost not possible.
Yeah.
In our company.
I think it could happen during prototyping, but then it's not like that the feature is 90% done, and it's like for prototyping reasons to have a feature tested and then throw it away maybe.
Yeah, I also can't remember any feature which we had done like 90% of the work and then abandoned it or removed it and planned to adding it in the future.
Thank you very much for these great questions, and we had a blast answering them. But you are also waiting for a sneak peek of next update, do you? Let's jump right into it.
Let's have an exclusive look at the traffic management update in the open beta. In this update, a whole new world of traffic improvements await your attention, officer. While citizens of Brighton have now learned to drive much better, you will also be able to give them an entirely new set of commands to make your life easier. Finally, you will also be able to interact with already arrested citizens and give them a report or a ticket. Not getting out of this one, but as we told you earlier, you can now also place cones and barriers to block roads or single lanes, which will really improve your daily patrol routine. Last but not least, we also introduced ELS modding, which allows you to change the look and sound of your police car sirens. That's pretty much it, and we hope you really liked the new update. Please continue to share your feedback with us.
We hope you enjoyed the episode and we will see you in the next one. Don't forget to submit the solution of Donny's riddle by clicking the link in the description. Follow us on social media for more updates and news. We appreciate your feedback and check out the open beta for the traffic management update. Bye!
Police Simulator. Patrol officers, take up the badge. The On Patrol Show. Presented by Officer Donny.